Here's some basic stuff about movie poster designs I need you to be aware of. The basic idea for designing any movie poster by a real designer, they would want to do four things. AIDA: attract attention, get the people interested in what they're trying to see, give them a desire to want to go see the movie, and to make an action to actually purchase the ticket to see the movie. These have kind of been the main formula for making movie posters for like decades. Attention grabbing. We know that we can grab attention by some flashy gradients, making things fade from one place to another, bright lights, close-ups of people who's starring in the movies, and bright colors. Here's an example of a movie poster from like the late 90s, early 2000s, and look how there's a big circle gradient brightness right behind the big photo of the man. Sometimes the big photo and a little bit of a background might be all you need to send your message. Oh, also, and maybe a little duct tape with the name of the movie on it. The fonts that you choose are going to be important for what sells the mood of the picture, not just the photographs. In a lot of movie posters, the actual title is the largest lettering style on the page. So on this example, Ant-Man is the largest lettering style. Then you see a similar lettering for the studio that brought you the Avengers, and then you see the tagline underneath of the word Ant-Man, and then you see the release date. Those are all a similar lettering style. So you don't want to have too many busy styles. 2 or 3 lettering styles is all you need. But the biggest, most attractive thing, yep, she went to Star Wars again, is the lettering of the movie. What's it called? Make it big, make it clean, easy to read. What is important should be bolded. And again, the title should be bolded. Contrast, very good. Look at the difference between all the lights and the darks in this photograph. Cool. 127 Hours is a movie based on someone's real life, but look at how the background space and the way the mountains come together almost make it look like an hourglass. Time, right? But the biggest is the contrast between lights and darks. And you now know in Photoshop how to kind of control lights and darks, grays, in the histogram, and you also know how to change colors of things. Different movie genres or types have different kinds of colors that they use inside of the poster. Drama and action tends to use blues, blacks, and oranges. Independent films, small movies, tend to use yellows. Romantic comedies, often pinks and reds on a white background. Buddy comedy movies, funny ones, often red and white backgrounds. Horror movies are a lot of dark blues, blacks, violets, and maybe a splash of blood or two. We'll see some examples. Here's a good action film. Look at all these different movie posters. Almost all of them have black and white, some explosion or flame going somewhere. People are running, holding guns. It's action-packed, right? Constantly. You can do this with black and white, and you can do this with blue and orange. Here's some examples of some blue and orange. The one on the left has that cool liquefy tool that I showed you guys. Independent films, small films not used or created through big cinema companies, all tend to have a yellow background. Go figure. Maybe there's a sale on yellow ink. All right. The buddy comedy films, Dodgeball, good old Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder in a classic buddy movie. Look at all the white in the background and the red, and the letters are nice and bold on that red background. A lot of buddy movies have this format. And the romantic comedies. If you wanted to make yours a rom-com, then you basically have the guy against the girl, sometimes back to back, sometimes side to side. You know, they hate each other, they don't like each other, then by the end they're like married and everything. All right, there you go. Apparently, horror films use eyeballs a lot to freak people out. They tend to be somewhat dark or show contrast, right? So even the ones here that have the white backgrounds, they have a great deal of contrast with the color that they're up against. But whether you're the monster or the person seeing the monster, eyes must be scary. Another use for horror films, if you don't want to go totally dark, has been the reversal, more the blood thing. Here's some quick movie samples. If you want to do a child's video or movie, believe it or not, almost every child movie from Disney to Pixar to Dreamweaver or whoever it is, they use lots of blue skies, bright colors, blue skies. A lot of hero movies focus on the main hero, right? The image to the right here is another one of those independent films, but has a really nice sense of contrast because the title is really, really black and high up on the page, and the guy's down below. I showed this one on the left, The Dark Knight, because you can use opacity changes, right? You can change the opacity of stuff. There's even a blur tool. You can layer layers. Really fun. Nightmare Before Christmas, wonderful looking movie because it has high contrast of yellow, orange, and blue violet contrast. All right. Just some other movie posters to kind of check out. Again, how dominant the title is. The Pirates of the Caribbean, they're bringing in dark edges. They're doing some gradients and darkening up, burning the edges with the burn tool, right? Making it a little bit darker there and definitely lighter in the middle. All right. Contrasting black and white up against blood red. Ooh. All right. There's that horror movie. It's Freaky Eye again, and the blood. All right. So this kind of gives you just a sense of some movie posters in general and how they kind of have a little bit of a theme going on. Next, we'll look at what you need to have in your poster.